So today I want to talk to you about an evolving point of view and why it's important.
Every moment is a teachable moment.
Okay, so when we are submitting an audition or reading for a job, we want to make sure that we can really tell a good story. And a lot of times our scripts are not written as well as we would like them to be. And so we really sometimes find that to be a challenge to be able to tell a story. And so in order to help you tell that story a little bit better, you can consider evolving your point of view throughout the script, especially when we're talking long format narration, because you really have to keep the attention of your listener for longer than 30 or 60 seconds. And so that becomes a challenge in today's world. Evolving your point of view means knowing enough about the story and the purpose of that script so that you can, not only within the scope of the story, within the scope of the paragraph, evolve that point of view as necessary to help tell that story, but also sometimes within each sentence, there's an evolving point of view. So you can start off that sentence with a very neutral point of view, like, hey, I'm just going to tell this story like this. But then when you want to call your listeners' attention and the story calls for it, you can change that point of view. So I might start off very neutral telling the story, then I might really tell the story in a different point of view, or I might really earnestly want to call or command attention from my listener, or I might just evolve into a smile or erupt into laughter. And that will really help to keep the audible interest for the story, because a lot of times when we tell a story, we are evolving that point of view without even realizing it. For example, if we want to really draw people in, we might say, okay, you're never going to believe what happened last night. And so I've got a point of view where I'm like, ooh, I've got that smile. I've got that, intense kind of listen up. And then I can tell the story. And when I tell the story, I'm evolving my emotion along with the storyline. And so the storyline might call for something very serious in the beginning of the sentence. And so I'm going to be very serious about this. But then I can change. I can change to typically, when it's a longer format, unless you're doing audiobooks, and you're doing something that might be corporate, you want to evolve into a positive aspect, because no company really wants to put a sad spin on their product or service, or even an angry one, unless you're playing a character. But if you're talking about a product or a service, you're going to talk about, this is really going to help you. So I'm really excited to tell you about this product, because it's going to save you it's going to save you money and time. That evolution of your emotion can be in a positive spin to help really sell that product. So consider changing that emotion as your script evolves and also as your sentence evolves. So think about in between the ideas of your sentence or between the commas, that point of view can evolve to really tell an interesting and compelling story. For more performance tips, make sure to check out my videos here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next week.